to tonight's program. Sorry for the delay in the audio. Had a couple quick difficulties here, but we'll pick up from where we are in the ball game. And tonight we have the Dakota State University Trojans hosting the number 8 Bellevue Bruins out of Omaha. And the Bruins have started off quickly. They have a 4-point lead on us here with the service. So we will now get caught up here with action for the ball game. Serving right now will be Olivia Gauss from Bellevue, Nebraska. There's a set. There. And it's going to be a point for the Trojans. Trojans will take over the serve now. Down 3, 4-1. Sydney Shell on the service. Set in the front row. Nice block by the Trojans. Back to the Bruins. And that one's going to find the hole in the Trojan defense there. Point goes to Sierra Athen. She is a junior, outside hitter out of Red Oak, Iowa. Service handled by Maddie Posen. There's a little tip and saved by the Trojans. Back at the net. Set up there. Big in the back row by Peyton Brock. And we got a violation with the point going to Bellevue. Bellevue comes into the ball game ranked number 8 in the country. The two teams met early in the year in the very first game of the conference season, with the Bruins taking a 3-0 win over the Trojans. Service error there by the Bruins brings the score to 6-2, with Jenna Frank serving for the Trojans. So this is the first game of the second half of the North Star Conference season. There's a misplay on the service. Point goes to the Trojans. As I was saying, Bruins picked up the first win, 3-0 down in Omaha. And this will mark the beginning of the second half of the conference season for the Trojans. And that service is not going to clear, that attack is not going to clear the net for Nicole Meyer, and point goes to the Trojans. Trojans are clawing their way back into this here after being down 6-1. Score is now 6-4. Jenna Frank on the service. There's a set in the front row. There's another block by the Trojans. Nice dig. And that one, I was going to say almost found a hole in the back row, but was able to be handled, and point for the Trojans. Dakota State is now 5-6, down 1 point only after trailing by 5 earlier in game 1 of our set tonight. And that one is going to be long. Dakota State wanted to touch, but the officials didn't see it that way. Point goes to Bellevue. Taryn Tackerney was on that hit that just missed the diagonal corner. Taryn's had a nice couple of ball games recently, doing a very good job as an outside hitter on the right side. Bellevue is back on service here, leading 7-5. Couple of nice defensive plays at the net for the Trojans, and a couple of nice digs in the back row, but ended up being a point for the Bruins when it was all said and done. Jory Lincoln back on service for her second point. That one just cleared the net. We're going to get a nice hit, but there is a block at the net by number 5, Sierra Athen. Taryn was all lined up on that one, but Sierra did a nice job on the block at the net. Point goes to the Bruins. And the Bruins are opening that lead back up. Dakota State had closed within 1, and it's back up to 4 now. Set for Madeline Grofflin. Nice block at the net by Riley Grand Prix. Here we go. Peyton. I'm sorry, not Peyton. Maddie Polson ends up putting that one down for the point for Dakota State. Nice assist by Madeline Groff. And senior Maddie Polson has another kill in her record book. All right, serving for the Trojans right now, we have Nicole Seringer. Nicole is a senior out of Pierre. Nice handle in the back row. Maddie's going to get it to attack point there. There's a middle hit, and it's going to be partially blocked, but deflected and stays in bounds for the Bruins. Serving now for Bellevue will be Sydney Sledge. Sydney is a freshman out of Omaha. Dug in the back row, set up by Nicole. Block at the net by the Bruins. Maddie Polson, there's a partial block. Bruins keep it alive. And we've got contact on the net on the attack there, so point will go to Dakota State. Serving now will be the senior Maddie Polson. Maddie is from Baltic, South Dakota. And she's going to get a service ace there. Seen Maddie do that a few times in the last couple of ball games for Dakota State. Trojans trail 8-10 in this game 1 of North Star Conference play. Quick hit over. Isn't successful. Riley Grand Prix gets it over for the Trojans. We've got a set, and the attack goes to Sierra Athen. Bruins are going to pick up the point there. The jump serve for Sierra Athen goes out of bounds. All right, senior Peyton Groff will be serving now. Peyton is from Northwestern High School up in northern South Dakota. There's a little push attack there. Sydney Shell with the attack. And that quick hit over the net by Peyton Schimpf from Papillion, Nebraska is not successful, and the Trojans draw within 1 at 10-11. Second service for Peyton. And that was a bullet there by Brooklyn Hunt. Trojans had no chance on that one. That one went straight down. Nice hit. All right, serving now will be Sarah Athen for Bellevue. There's the set by Nicole. Hannavik gets it across the net. And that is another nice kill for Eve Fountain. Eve is another freshman out of Omaha, Nebraska. And the lead is back up to 3 points. Madeline Grofton on this attack there. And that one is going to stay in bounds for Olivia Gallus. And the Bruins have run off 3 in a row here, and Coach Wienhoff is going to take a quick timeout to regroup here with the score 14-10 in favor of the Bruins. Trojans fans can watch the Trojan football team this Saturday as they take on the #1 seed and the undefeated team in the conference, the Valley City Vikings. Kickoff is 4 o'clock. Tailgate, everyone is invited to join us for tailgating at in the field south of the Trojan Stadium prior to the ball game. Great rivalry between those two squads, Valley City and Dakota State, for many years now. And look forward to this being another outstanding game between the two squads. As I said, Valley comes into the ball game 6-0 in conference, and the #1 team in the league at this point. Second place team is Dickinson. Dickinson is hosting a 3-0 record. I'm sorry. Valley City's overall record is 6-0. They are 3-0 in the conference, as is Dickinson. Dickinson was the opponent last weekend as the Trojans traveled out to Dickinson to take on the Blue Hawks, and the Blue Hawks came away with that win, 34-14 win over the Trojans. All right, we are back to action now. Trojans had a chance to regroup, and let's see how we do coming out. And got a service error right there, so ball and point will go back to the Trojans. Trojans trail 11-14. Set up by the net. There's a nice block. And we have a net error by the Bruins, so point's going to go to Dakota State. Madeline Groff will be back up for her second service. Trojans have been able to get back within one on a couple of occasions in this ball game, but they haven't been able to get it over the top. And there's a quick hit over the net by the Bruins. Hit right in the middle of the defense for Dakota State as they prepared to get ready for the kill, and caught them off guard. 15-12, Bruins lead in this game one of our match tonight. All right, we got Hannah, and Hannah is going to hit it long. Missed by about 3 inches on the end zone line, or the baseline there. Second service now for Olivia Gallus. And that one's going to go long. So that's 2 service errors in a row for the Bruins. Serving now will be Sydney Schell. Sydney is the freshman, and she's out of Northwestern High School as well. We have 3 members of the Northwestern squad on the DSU team. Nice block for the Trojans at the net. I think Hannah was primary block on that, with Sydney being right there as well. Trojans close within 2, 14-16. And the Bruins are able to find a hole in the defense there with about 3 inches to spare on the left side. Point is going to go to Peyton Shent. And the service goes back to the Bruins. Service for E. Fountain. Madeline with the set. Little touch. Hannah puts it right back over the net. Hannah beat. And there is a nice spike by number 5, Sierra Athen. Sierra has been having some success on that left side hitting over there. Nice hit by the another quick hit. That's the second time tonight that they've just put it over the net quick instead of going for the set for the kill. And that one was by Nicole Meyer. Nicole's 6'1", out of Elmwood, Nebraska. And the Bruins have opened up a 5-point lead here, 19-14. All right. There is Maddie Polzin. Bruins able to handle it, but they can't get it across. Got a net violation there, and ball goes back to the Trojans. And the serve. Here's the set, middle hit, blocked at the net. Back over to the Bruins, and they're going to do an outside, and that's going to be successful by Peyton Shent. Trojans were there, but just couldn't quite handle it and keep it into a playing area. That is the 3rd kill for Peyton tonight. And she and E. Fountain both have 3, and Sierra Athen leads the team with 4 kills. Serving now will be Jory Lincoln. Trojans need to get something rolling here. And we've got an attack error there by Maddie Polson, and the lead is the biggest of the game so far at 21-15. Second service for Jory Lincoln. Handled in the back. There's our setup. Maddie puts one down hard, and nice dig by the back row for the Bruins, but she comes back right away and takes and does it again, and this time they aren't able to handle it. So point goes to the Trojans. All right, we've got Nicole Seringer on the service here. Trojans trailing by 5. Getting late in this first ball game, they need a run. Nice quick middle hit. Trojans handle it. Maddie is going to push one across on the attack there. And, oh, nice save in the back row by Sydney Schell. And there's Maddie with another kill attempt. Middle hit blocked. Nice dig by the Bruins. Nice dig by Sydney. Nice save. Good job by the Trojans to keep that one alive. But there's an exclamation point by Sierra Athen there as she puts that one down in the hole. Really some nice play by both sides on that. Some great attacks, and what you would think is sure points for the Bruins. Trojans were able to dig the ball out, keep it alive a couple of times, but one too many times with the opportunity for the kill, and Bruins were able to take care of it. Bruins now lead by 6, 22-16 in this first game of our match tonight. Looking down the road here for the Trojans, this will be their only game this week, this conference game. And then next week, they will host Mount Marty in a non-conference matchup, 7:30 game. And that will be on Tuesday night. And then they will have 2 road games, 2 conference road games. They'll start out Friday night at Dickinson State with a 6 o'clock game, followed by Saturday's ball game, and 11 o'clock in the morning ball game at Valley City. Trojans have defeated Mount Marty and Dickinson this year. Valley City was able to come into Madison and get a win about 2 weeks ago. So nice rematch there for the 2 squads. All right, we are headed back to action here. Substitution being made for the Bruins. Serving right now will be Sydney Sledge. Sydney is a senior, is a freshman out of Bellevue, or Omaha. All right, Trojans had a little problems handling that one. Got her across the net. And we're going to get a kill, but there's a block for a point. Up at the front of the net there was Riley Grand Prix and Maddie Polson. Maddie will go back for service here. Trojans still trailing by 5. Nice serve, mishandle. That's the second ace of the ball game for Maddie. (18-22). Definitely time for a run here. Bellevue had a little trouble handling that one. They're going to get it across. Nice opportunity for the Trojans. Sydney Schell with the kill, and it is successful. That one hit E. Fountain on the forearm and just took a quick ricochet to the right. And point goes to the Trojans. And so Bellevue decides they're going to talk it over for a second. Their lead is down to 3, 19-22. Trojans are making a nice run here. All right, looking down the road, little esports action coming up at 7 o'clock. The League of Legends team started out. It's a conference matchup for them against South Dakota State University. The League of Legends team is 2-1 in the conference. Then on Sunday, the Valorant team will be back in conference action. They will be taking on the University of South Dakota. The Valorant squad is also 2-1 in action. And the League of Legends team will have their second conference game then against USD on Monday night. Valorant will play at 8 o'clock on Sunday and League of Legends at 7 o'clock on Monday. All right, let's see if the Trojans can keep this run going and keep game one alive. Maddie back in the service area. Trojans trail by 3, 19-22. There's the outside hit, handled by the Trojans. Sydney Shell is going to put her in. Attack is handled. And there is a back hit and blocked by Riley Grand Prix. That was a nice kill attack, and that was an even nicer block. Trojans close it within 2, 20-22. And that was at the net. A little bit of a jump ball there. Sydney Shell is going to keep it in play for the Trojans. Middle hit. Nice save by Nicole. Kill attempt is not successful, but the block at the net is. Riley Grand Prix is making her presence known in the middle there. Trojans closed within 1, 21-22. Four-point run here for the Trojans. And that one stays alive. Trojans are going to get it across. Kill attempt. Block at the net. There's Peyton May with the setup. There's Sydney Shell, and Sydney's going to get a kill. And they have tied the game at 22. Great run by the Trojans here. They've been doing an outstanding job both defensively and offensively during this run to get themselves back in this game. Oh, that one clips the net but comes across, and there's going to be a kill attempt. It is blocked. Madeline puts it across the net. There's a run. Peyton gets a piece of it, hits the rafter in the ceiling. There's going to be a quick hit, and it's going to be successful. That is about the third time tonight that they have been able to fake that they're going to go for the setup for the kill and turn around and make a quick hit over. So, Bruins are able to get that run stopped finally and take a 1-point lead at 23-22. Serving now will be Sierra Athen. Nicole with the setup. There's Madeline Groff, goes diagonal with it. Going to be handled by the Bruins. Oh, that one almost hit the ground. And the Bruins turn around and get the point off of it. Really a great save by Dakota State, kept it alive, but the Bruins were able to get it back over quickly before the defense had a chance to reset and get the point. We are now at game point for the Bruins, 24-22. Trojans need one here. There's Riley. It's blocked at the rim, or at the, blocked at the net. Another partial block. Bruins are still handling it. Trojans are going to get another attempt and a nice setup. Sydney Shell. That's a great dig by the Trojans, but they turn around and come right back. Madeline Groff with the point. Almost the same play as the Bruins executed just before. Got it blocked at the net, turned around and put it right back in before the defense could recover. So we are having the game we expected here. Trojans are trailing by 1, 23-24 in game one of our match tonight. Looking quickly at the stats here as we head into the last couple of points of game one. The hitting percentage goes in favor of Bellevue with a .184 percentage, while Dakota State is at .083. However, the Trojans have been great on defense, picking up 6 block assists to compare to only 2 for the Bruins. So defense at the net has been very key for the Trojans' run as they get back into this, and a key for their play in the ball game so far. All right, we've got senior Peyton Groff going to be serving this up. Trojans down 1, 23-24. Bruins are going to get an outside set. It's going to be blocked at the net, but it's not going to be handleable. And the Bruins are going to pick up the point and the win in game one, 25-23. So leading the Bruins in kills tonight in game one was Sierra Athen with 6. E. Fountain followed with 4. And Olivia Gallus and Peyton Shent both had 3. For the Trojans, pretty balanced. Maddie Polzin, Madeline Groff, and Sydney Schell all had 2 kills in that, with Hannah Veet with 1. All right, and looking forward to game 2. As I said, this is kind of the game we expected. Bellevue comes into the ball game ranked 8th in the country, and the Trojans are climbing into the national rankings. They are receiving votes. They're not quite in the top 25 yet, but have made some huge gains. We have mentioned before in earlier broadcasts that this is the best start for the Trojans under Coach Amy Bienhoff in her 13 seasons here at Dakota State. So not a surprise that the North Star is moving in the direction of having 3 teams ranked in the top 25 in the country. As you're aware, the Turbo came into town last week ranked number 2 in the country. They played an outstanding schedule and been very successful so far, but Turbo's record at this point in time is 26-1. Bellevue comes in tonight with a 16-3 record and a single lone loss in the conference to Viterbo last week. So following that up then is Valley City's in 3rd place. Their overall record is under 500 at 9-13, but they are 6-2 in the conference. So got off to a little bit of a slow start, but have really picked it up as of late. Done a great job and moved to 6-2 in conference play. Dakota State comes in at that 4th spot with a 12-5 overall record and a 4-3 conference record, with losses to Viterbo, Bellevue, and Valley City. Rounding out the last 4 teams in the conference, Mayville is going to come in at number 5, 3-5 conference mark. Presentation number 6 with a 2-6 mark. Dickinson number 7 at 2-7, and Waldorf has yet to pick up their first North Star win, and they are 0-8 in the league. So we talked about the kills in the first game. In the assist category, Olivia Gallus led the Bruins with 14 assists, and Madeline Groff had 3, and Peyton Groff had 2 for the Trojans in their ball game. All right, we are back with game 2, and the first point goes to the Trojans. Serving now will be Madeline Groff for the Trojans. Outside hit did not clear the net for Nicole Meyer. So second point of the ball game goes to the Trojans. Got an outside hit. Nice wind up and swing for E. Fountain, and she's able to put it down and point to the Bruins. Eve will now turn around and go and serve. Serves handled by Sydney Shell. Now Sydney's going to get the kill attempt. Pushes it across. Deep kill there for the Bruins. Here's our setup. And Hannah at the net. And it's going to be a point. Bellevue didn't make the pass where they wanted it to and got a little too close to the net, and Hannah was there to put it down. Hannah is a 6-foot senior out of Parker, so anything around the net with her height and her arm length probably going to be a problem for the opponents. And we've got a point for the Bruins there. Had a block at the net, but must have been a net error. So the Bruins will go back on the service here. Maya Morales, this is her first entry into the ball games tonight. She'll be serving for the Bruins. Ball's handled, and there is Maddie Polzen with the kill. Maddie is, again, a senior, 5'9" out of Baltic. She has great vertical, and when she gets up and extends with perfect timing, it's a great hit to watch. Outside hit is a nice pickup by Sydney Shell in the back row. Maddie's going to get another attempt, and it's going to be touched at the net, so the point will go to the Trojans. 2 kills in a row for Maddie. Jenna Frank will be serving for the Trojans. Trojans are up 5-2 in game 2 of our North Star Conference tonight. And there is a nice hit, but it goes out of bounds. Thought that one had stayed in, but went out of bounds. Trojans are going to pick up a point, and they are going to take a 4-point lead, which is their biggest of the night. A little off balance on that hit. Trojans are going to get a chance. Riley Grand Prix winds up on that, but gets blocked at the net. Partial block at the net, I should say. Maddie Polzen, and it's going to be blocked at the net, but we've got a net violation. So the Bruins are going to pick up the point here. I think it just didn't quite clear the net. Sydney Sledge serving for the Bruins here. Handled in the back row by Maddie. Sydney Shell with a second row hit there. Bruins try that quick hit across the net that they've been successful with a couple of times tonight, but the Trojans handle it this time. There's a nice block at the net, but going to go out of bounds. So the point is going to go to Sierra Athen. Sierra's having a nice night for the Bruins. She's got 8 kills already in the first 2 ball games. Maddie pulls in. Oh, nice dig for the for the Bruins. They're able to keep it alive, and it's going to go back over to and Maddie's going to come back and do it again. And this time the Bruins are not going to get a hand on it. Nice assist on the front row by Madeline Groff, and Maddie is able to put a couple of great kills down. That's 5 for the night so far for Maddie. And going outside hit. There's a nice block by Riley and Madeline. Madeline goes for the kill there. Picked up by the Bruins, and then they mishandle it on the setup, on the pass. So Trojans back on a 4-point lead here. Ahead 8-4 with Nicole Seringer serving hers. Second of this set. Wow, that was a quick hit there, and down quickly by Peyton Shent. And that took no time to get to the floor. All right. Trojans are going to handle it in the back row. Going to get it pushed over. There's a block at the net, but it's going to go out of bounds, so the point is going to go to Dakota State and to Maddie Polzin. Maddie's back up for service now. And that's going to be out of bounds by about 3 inches. So service error for Maddie. Maddie's had a couple of service aces so far. That's her first service error of the evening. Taylor Kiefer will be serving for the Bruins here. Set up, Riley Grand Prix. Ball's going to be handled. There's a block at the net by the Trojans. Set up, going to have a deep hit. Bruins just get underneath it. They're going to get it across for play. Next setup, and that one's partial blocked, but Madeline had a violation at the net. Her foot touched the line underneath. So the point goes to the Bruins. Bruins close up within 2 here, 7-9. There's a setup, Sydney Shell on the kill. It's partially blocked, but finds the hole, and point's going to go to the Trojans. Nice hit against 2 defenders who were sitting and waiting for that, so great job by Sydney. There's that quick hit again by the Bruins. Goes over. Hannah's is handled, and we've got a kill by E. Fountain for the Bruins. Service now for the Bruins will be by Olivia Gallus. Handled in the back row. Sydney Shell is going to push it across. Bruins are able to pick it up. And they are not successful at getting it across. E. Fountain's hit didn't quite have the height to get over the net. Trojans back with service here. Madeline Groff will be serving for them. There's a nice pickup by Madeline in the back row. Bruins are on the attack now. Sydney Shell again. Nice save, nice pickup by the Bruins. There's a partial block, but it's going to go out of bounds, and Bruins are going to pick up the point. E. Fountain back on service now. Handled in the back row by Peyton. Kill attempt is handled. There's a block at the net. Right back to the Bruins. And they are going to get the kill attempt, but it's going to go out of bounds, and point's going to go to Dakota State. Maddie Polzin is going to be checking back into the ball game. Taking out Vonnegail Schlechter. Service by Sydney Shell here. And there's a partial block at the net. Maddie Polzin, nice hit, good dig by the Bruins. Back over to the Trojans. Quick hit there is handled. And what do we got here? We've got a violation, and point goes to Dakota State. Dakota State now matches their biggest lead at 4 at 13-9. With Sydney on the service. And that one by Nicole Meyer is going to go out of bounds, going to be wide on the left side. She went cross court with it, just wasn't able to keep it in, and missed by about 5 inches. So the Trojans now open up their biggest lead at 14-9. Service by Sydney Shell. Middle hit. And that's going to be inbounds, and a point's going to go to the Bruins. Brooklyn Grades was there in the middle, but wasn't able to get a good block on that. So Bellevue picks up the point. Service now for Maya Morales. And there is Maddie Polson with the kill. Trojans have been good this game about answering any runs that Bellevue tries to make. Kept them under control. Last game was almost the opposite. Every time Dakota State made a run to get within 1 point, Bellevue had the answer for it. And there is a nice kill attempt, but it's going to go wide for Sierra Athen. And point goes to Dakota State. Service by Jenna Frank. And that one's going to stay in bounds, though, for Haley Fleischman. Haley put that one right down the line. It stayed in by about 2 inches. Couple of substitutions now as Hannah and Jenna both leave the ball game. And serving for the Bruins will be E. Fountain. Here is Maddie. Nice dig by the Bruins. They're going to just keep it in play and get it across. So another attempt. Riley Grand Prix is going to hit it long on her kill attempt. Thought maybe the Bruins had gotten a finger on it at the net, but the officials say no. And point goes to Bellevue. Sydney Sledge there on the service. There's a handle. Riley comes back, and it's going to be blocked at the net by Haley Fleischman. Haley's now had a couple of points here in the last few, making her presence felt out there in the front line. Well, it's handled. There's a block at the net, and it's going to be a point for the Bruins. Olivia Gallus with that one, and the Bruins have closed it within true in this run, 16-14. Let's see if the Trojans can get this run stopped. There's Maddie Polson with her kill attempt. Bruins are handling it. Here's a second try. Riley Grand Prix again at the net. It's picked up by the Bruins, and there is a nice kill by Sydney Sledge from the second row there. And that brings the game within 1 point, 15-16. Coach Wienhoff is going to take a second here and regroup the team. Let's see if they can get this run stopped on the Bruins. Cross-country teams, the men and women's teams, have one final regular season meet before they head into North Star Conference Championships. Their next trip, they will be traveling to Mount Marty, and they will be running there on Saturday, October 23rd. So a week from this Saturday, women will run at 10:30 and the men will run at 11:15. As I said, this will be their final preparation meet and getting ready for the North Star Conference Championships. The men will be vying for their 4th consecutive conference title and have been picked by the rest of the league to be successful in that attempt. The women are picked 3rd in the league and have a couple of the top runners in the league. Jacia Christensen was the women's champion last year in the conference meet, with Jade Anderson finishing 3rd. So Trojans will bring both of those runners back and see if they can improve on that 3rd place finish from last year. Back to action here. Trojans didn't handle that serve particularly well, but they're still in play, and here's going to be the push. Picked up by the Trojans, and now Maddie Polson is going to go for the kill, but blocked at the net. And that block was by Haley Fleischman again. That is about the 3rd time I've called Haley's name out in the last few points. And that ties the ball game up. Bruins have completed their run to get back into this game after the Trojans led by 5. Quick hit there, picked up by the Trojans. They're going to get it across. Bellevue's going to get a nice attempt here, and it's going to go out of bounds. So the point is going to go to the Trojans, and that run is finally stopped. Nice job by Bellevue, coming from 5 down and getting the game tied. Now we'll see if the Trojans can answer with a run of their own. Serving up will be Nicole Seringer. And Nicole is going to have a service error there and tie the game back up at 17. Nicole with the setup. Riley Grand Prix for the kill attempt. Handled. There's a quick hit, but it's going to go out of bounds. Bellevue is asking the officials if it was touched by the Trojans, and the officials are saying no. So Trojans back on top by 1, 18-17. Maddie Polson on the serve here. And that one is going to go out of bounds. So another service ace for Maddie. That is 3 for her tonight. Trojans open up by 2 here at 19-17. And that one climbs over, but hit the upright there on the right side, and point is going to go to the Bruins. There's the serve, handled in the back row. Riley Grand Prix on the kill attempt. Nice dig in the back row. Oh, that's a nice hit. Trojans are able to save it, though. Nice handle in the back row. That was a great hit. Nice block there at the net. Keeps it alive. Bruins have been denied twice. We'll see how third time goes. And it's blocked and handled. And now the Trojans will get their attempt. And Sydney is going to make them pay for it. It was 3 great defensive plays by the Trojans when Bruins really had some nice hits, and then the Trojans were able to come back and pick up the point. But Sierra Black comes right back with an outside hit there that gets down quickly, and point goes back to the Bruins. 20-19, Trojans lead right now with Olivia Galis serving. Oh, it's going to be mishandled in the back row, and the Bruins are going to tie this ball game at 20. Hanavi, so he's going to just tap it over and find a hole in the defense. Trojans go up 21-20. Well, as we have said before, this is the game we expected out of these two squads. Bruins won the first one, 25-23. There's a block at the net by Hanavi, and it's going to be a point for the Trojans. Trojans take a 2-point lead, 22-20 in game 2. We've got a timeout being taken by the Bruins. So in game 1, Bellevue had a big lead on kills, 19-10 over the Trojans, but in game 2, Trojans have a 9-7 lead over them. Excuse me, game 1, 19-7. The gap was even a little bit bigger for Bellevue. In the second game, the Trojans have narrowed it down to 10-9. Big part of the defense was, a big part of the first game for the Trojans was their defense. And they have continued to be very, very successful at blocks at the net on the Bruins. Kill percentage, Bruins had .200 in the first game, and they were at a negative .25 in this second game. So again, the influence of blocking at the net for the Trojans. All right, 22-20, Trojans take a lead, and they have the service. Here comes the outside hit. Trying to find a hole, not there. Sydney Shell got put up a show block by the Bruins. They're going to get a set. Here we come back to, and that one hit the upright again. So point is going to go to Dakota State, and they take a 3-point lead in the latter part of this game two, 23-20. Madeline Groff with the service. Middle hit, blocked at the net. Set up, got a push pass, and that block is going to go out of bounds. Point goes to Dakota State, and they are now at game point. 24-20. Bellevue takes a timeout. Try and regroup here and see if they can get it back into this ball game. All right, as we had said earlier, the football team is going to be in action at home this weekend. Trojans will be hosting Valley City State University at 4 o'clock kickoff. Valley City is 4-0 in the conference and 6-0 overall. Perfect season going for them so far. Second place team in the league is Dickinson, who the Trojans played last weekend. Dropping that ball game 34-14. Dickinson is 3-0 in league, but 3-2 overall. And then third place is Waldorf at 3-1 with a 5-1 overall mark, followed by Dakota State at 2-2 and a 3-3 overall mark. Rounding out the league there in the fifth place is Iowa Wesleyan at 0-1, Mayville State at 0-4, and Presentation at 0-4. Here's our game service for the Trojans. See if they can put this one away. Here's the set, and there is the ball game. Sydney Shell puts that one down in a very decisive way, and the Trojans are going to take game number two, 25-20. Two teams have split now, 1-1 as we head into game three. We're going to take a 90-second break here and be back in a minute and a half for game four. This outstanding matchup between these two North Star teams. As we come back, We want to recognize a few members of our staff who are extremely important to the success of the Dakota State athletic program. We're going to start out with our head athletic trainer, Abby Cook. This is Abby's first year as the head trainer for Dakota State. Her assistants are Haley Lindberg and Allison Vanderpool. As we said, those three are extremely important in keeping our athletes healthy and getting them back on the floor through the rehabilitation if there is an injury. Also want to acknowledge the work done to keep our athletes conditioned and make them stronger, faster, and quicker. And that's by our head strength and conditioning coach, Stephen Vassilotti. Coach Vass is in his third year here at Dakota State, and Logan Pappen, who is in his first year here with the Trojans. So thanks to those 5 members of our staff who do such an outstanding job. We are getting ready to begin game 3 here in this matchup between number 8 Bellevue Bruins and the honorable mention in the national polling Dakota State Trojans. Game 1 went to the Bruins 25-23, with game 2 being answered right back by the Trojans at 25-20. Bruins are going to begin servicing game 3 here. Peyton Shent. Ball's handled in the back row, and there is Sydney Schell. Nice pickup by the Bruins. Quick hit, quick tap over there. And same thing happens. Blocked at the net by the Trojans, and it's going to stay inbounds by about 2 inches with the point going to the Trojans. Nice job by Hannah Veet. And it's a big influence at the net there when it comes to defense. We got a service error there by Sydney Schell. So Bellevue comes right back and gets their point. Serving now for Bellevue will be E. Fountain. And there is a nice kill attempt by Hannah Veet, but it's picked up by the Bruins. They're going to get it across. Trojans are going to get a chance at another nice setup, and that is going to be a point for Maddie Polzen. Got a partial block at the net, but it just made it shoot out, and Bruins were not able to get to it in the back row. Really some great volleyball being played by both squads. If you haven't had a chance to watch the Trojans in action, in live action, really should come and see them. They've been outstanding all season long. And that is going to be an attack error there by Peyton Shent. Ends up hitting it long by a few feet. Trojans go up 3-1. And that is going to be a kill for Peyton Shent. Got a nice wind up on that one and put it in the hole in the back row there before the Trojans can react. Back on service now for Bellevue will be Maya Morales. Bellevue trails by 1, 2-3, early in game 3. There is Riley Grand Prix, and that's not going to be handled cleanly. Point goes to the Trojans. We talk a lot about the kills, but our 2 setters do a really good job with Madeline Groff and Nicole Seringer handling those duties, and they really do a nice job of setting up our outstanding outside hitters. We've got an attempt there. It's going to be blocked, but it's going to go out of bounds. So point is going to be for Peyton Shent of the Bruins. Serving now will be Sydney Sledge. And oh, I thought that was going to go long, but the Trojans handled it. We're going to get a quick hit over, picked up by Peyton Groff. Maddie is going to return it the same way. Everyone gets used to Maddie winding up and putting the hammer to it. And she touched that one across there and found the hole. Picks up a point for the Trojans, and they lead 5-3. Maddie will be serving now. Her first service of this third game. Little push there, save, but not going to be handled cleanly. And point will go to the Bruins. The Trojans have really done a nice job of blocks at the net. And we see the Bruins now not quite as aggressive at putting some of these hits over and using their touch hits a little bit more. There's Sydney Shell. Block is going to be at the net, but it's not going to be a successful block. And Trojans come right back and pick up that 2-point lead. It's been back and forth. Most of this game, Trojans got out early with a 2-0 lead, and it's been 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 with both squads answering each other. Nice pickup there by Peyton Groff, Sydney Shell, and Sydney finds the hole with her kill. Bruins really had a nice kill, and Peyton was able to pick it up and keep it alive, and Sydney put it away then. Serving right now will be Peyton. And that's going to go to the net. Going to be blocked, but the Bruins are going to be able to handle it. Quick middle hit. And I got it across quick, but the Bruins were able to answer with it. Madeline Groff with the kill attempt. Bruins are going to get that one back over. And there's Hannavit, and it's blocked, but it's going to go out of bounds on the touch. Point goes to Dakota State, and the Trojans open up their biggest lead in Game 4 here at 8-4. Serving now is Peyton Groff. Oh, Peyton just gets it over the net. And that is going to be a kill for Eve Fountain. Eve has been awfully tough over there on that left outside hitter position. That is her 9th kill of the evening. Nicole on the set. Madeline with a little touch that's going to find the hole. And Trojans end that service rally there by the Bruins. Madeline Groff now back for service. Trojans lead 9-5. And that is a windup, and point is going to go to Dakota State. Eve Fountain missed that one by about 5 inches on the baseline. And that is going to prompt Bellevue to take a timeout. Trojans open up their biggest lead in Game 3 at 10-5. So at this time, we'd like to recognize some of our sponsors for tonight's ball game. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card, our founding partners in our sponsorship packages: Madison Regional Health, Heartland Consumers Power District, Sanford Orthopedic Sports Medicine, Pastrello Auto Mall, Rosebud Wood Products, and Sanford Health. Thank you very much for being such great supporters of Dakota State Athletics and the Dakota State Scholarship Program. To those companies, we really appreciate all that you do for us. All right, we are back here, ready to go again. Madeline Groff preparing her service here. Trojans lead by 5, 10-5 in Game 3. All right, the officials say we're ready to start. And there is the windup and the block, and the point is going to go to Bellevue with Sienna Black on that kill. Olivia Gallus will be serving for the Bruins here. Starting to get a little noise out of our student section. There is a kill for, oh, sorry, it hit the pole on the left side there. So point will not go to the Trojans, will go to the Bruins. Sydney had a nice wind up on that, but just caught that left pole. Set up by Madeline. There's Hannah Beat, and Hannah puts it in the middle of the defense for a point for the Trojans. Sydney Shell serving now for the Trojans. Cross court. Wow, what a great hit, but a great pickup by Madeline. And that touch pass over the top, or a touch attack over the top by Hannah is going to go out of bounds by about 6 inches. So just missed that little corner hit there. E. Fountain on the service for the Bruins. Set up by Madeline. Hannah comes right back. Great pickup, but it was a great pickup in the back row by E. Fountain, but it just didn't get enough height for teammates to be able to get to, and point to Dakota State. Jenna Frank now serving. Jenna's a sophomore out of Wanda, Minnesota. Bruins are going to pass it right back to the Trojans, and there is a kill attempt by Brooklyn Grage, handled by the Bruins. Set up, and there's Maddie Polson, but partial block keeps it alive for Bruins. And there is a block that is going to result in a point for the Trojans. Riley Grand Prix and Maddie Polson at the net again. Those two have combined for a couple of points in the defensive blocking. Trojans open up a 5-point lead here, 8-13 in game 3. A little off on that. Maddie is able to get a hand on it. Hit back by Maddie Polson. Bruins handle it. And that one is not going to clear the net. So Jackie Apple on the kill attempt there, didn't quite get it across the net. DSU now leads 14-8, their biggest lead in the third game of the match. That one's going to go out of bounds by about 4 inches, so point to the Bruins. Trojans are going to substitute a couple of folks in there. Hannah will come out. Jenna is also out in that rotation. Service now for Maya Morales. There's the set. Riley Grand Prix, little touch across. Bellevue is able to pancake that, keep it alive. Comes back, and there is the boom from Maddie Polson. Maddie has had a couple of those tonight where it's just better to get out of the way of it, because it is coming hard. Nicole Seringer will be serving here for the Trojans. Block at the net. It's handled by the Trojans. Oh my gosh, they almost made a mistake there with that. And there's the windup. There's the swing. But the Trojans are able to get it. Some really nice defensive plays occurring in this series. And there's Maddie Polson, and she's going to get the kill. Really, again, you really need to come watch the Trojans in action. If you haven't been to the gym, it's certainly fun watching them by live streaming, but they are really an athletic group. Great defensive team, got some great frontline blockers, and when you get to see them matched up against teams like Bellevue is ranked number 8 in the country, and Viterbo number 2 in the country, and Dakota Wesleyan number 13. It really shows how good a team these Trojans are. Trojans are now up 16-9, 7-point lead in game 3. This is their biggest of the game, and I believe their biggest of the evening. So Trojans getting a little momentum going here in game 3. As we look at the offense for the Trojans, Maddie Polson is leading in kills with 11. Sydney Schell follows at 7, and Hannah Veet with 6. Madeline Groff, not one of the taller members of the squad, but she has 3 for the Trojans. Peyton Groff doing a great job in the back row with 13 digs, followed by Sydney Schell with 8. So really nice defensive effort for the Trojans as they battle this number 8 ranked Bellevue Bruins. There's a block at the net by Riley and Madeline. Here comes Maddie Polson, and we've got a block by Haley Fleischman and Jackie Apple. And Trojans are not able to handle the block, and the point's going to go to the Bruins. So the Bruins get that run stopped at 16-10. Sydney Sledge will be serving now for the Bruins. See if they can get a run going for themselves and get back into this game 3. Riley Grand Prix going to push it over. Bruins are going to handle it. Quick hit on the middle. We've got a block, and here's Maddie. Both squads doing a nice job defensively. Mishandled there by Madeline Groff, and the point will go to the Bruins. Looked like Madeline was going to just try and find a gap across there, and it didn't quite go where she wanted it to. And there's Maddie, handled by the Bruins. Got some great play at the net right now. Quick pass over, handled by Peyton Groff. Trojans turn around with another quick hit that they've handled. Block at the net. Trojans turn now. They're going to get a nice middle hit, and that is going to be a point. That's going to be a point. Nicole Seringer with that hit. Maddie Polson now serving for the Trojans. 17-11 is their lead. Nice block at the net again. Bellevue's going to dig it out, but they're going to put it out of bounds. Point goes to the Trojans. Maddie goes back for her second service. That one is not going to clear the net for Haley Fleischman. Haley's been pretty tough on that left side, outside hitting position tonight. But that one a little bit deeper than usual and wasn't able to clear the net. Third service here for Maddie. Middle hit, and it's blocked by Riley and Sydney Schell there in the middle, making their presence again felt in that front row. Trojans open up their biggest lead of the night now, a 9-point lead. And that one is going to go long for Maddie. 4 points there for Maddie. Sierra Athen will be leading the service here for the Bruins. Back row dig, there's Riley Grand Prix. Quick hitter. Bruins are able to handle that. Here's the setup. Sydney Schell, and it is going to be blocked at the net. Point going to the Bruins. Haley Fleischman on that block. Nice job on a singular block there. Sierra Athen now on the service. Riley Grand Prix gets it over. And the Bruins are going to have a problem handling that one and end up giving up the point there. Trojans have been very good tonight with finding the open spot in the defense. Everything hasn't been a hard kill. They've just used a lot of touch at times. There's another great block, and it's going to be a point for Dakota State. That'll be Madeline Groff and Hannah Veet on that block. Peyton Groff on the service now. Here comes, oh. Miscommunication there. Oh, that hit by Hannah is going to go out of bounds by about 3 inches in the back row. So Trojans had kind of a mishandle there. Ended up not getting the attack that they wanted, and the Bruins made them pay for it. Taylin Kiefer now serving for the Bruins. And there's Sydney Shell, and Sydney is going to put it down. Sierra Athing got a forearm on it, but wasn't able to control it well enough for her opponents, or for her teammates to be able to get there. And the Trojans are up by 9, 23-14. Madeline Groff here on the service, and we've got a service error by Madeline. Peyton Shint serving now for the Bruins. Bruins need to get a run going here, get themselves back into game 3. There is Sydney Shell, and Sydney puts it down. Trojans are now at game point with Sydney serving. Maddie Polzin comes into the ball game, replacing Vonnegail Schlechter in this rotation. Trojans are on their feet, making a little noise here with game point. And that is going to be a point for Jackie Apple. Nice setup, nice kill. E. Fountain back serving for the Bruins. Bruins trail 16-24. Trojans try and put it away. Little mistake on the handle there, but they're able to recover. And nice dig by Madeline in the back row. We have game point for Hannah Veet at the front of the net there. So Trojans are going to pick up game 3. 25-14. And the Trojans take a 2-1 lead going into the 4th game of this exciting match tonight. Trojans were really able to get on a roll that ball game. It was very close, 1- and 2-point game till about 12, and then from that point on, the Trojans were very dominant, both offensive and defensive play. After game 1, the Bruins had about an 11-kill advantage over the Trojans. Trojans have now closed that up to where it is 35 for the Bruins and 33 for the Trojans. So very much more efficient on offense, much more efficient with their kills in the last 2 ball games that the Trojans have been able to win. Block assists, again, we've noted more than a few times tonight how good the Trojans have been at the net with their frontline blockers of Hannah Veet and Riley Grand Prix and Maddie Polzin and Madeline Groff. And they are leading the Bruins 16-10 in block assist categories. Service errors for the evening. Trojans have 7, Bruins have only 4, so Trojans need to clean that up a little bit as they head into game 4. I want to say thank you again to a few of our premier partners. Tonight's ball game: Stadium Sports Grill, Sunshine Foods, CU Mortgage, Case IH, Lake County International, and Mustang Seeds. Thank you also to our major partners: Madison Farmers Elevator, Sporty's Bar and Grill, and the American of Madison. So thank you all to our Madison businesses that continue to support Dakota State athletics and the scholarship programs that helps us and helps our athletes at Dakota State. So we head into game 4 here. Basketball is just down the road as we look at the opening of the men's basketball season next weekend with the DSU Invitational. On Friday, Dakota State will take on the Midland University Warriors with a 7:30 ball game, and then on Saturday they will turn around and match up with Doane University at 7 o'clock. So football, volleyball, cross country, men's and women's basketball all are going to be going starting next weekend. The schedule gets really busy for the Trojans. All right, we are ready for game 4, and Madeline Groff serves the first point. A little mishandle there by the Bruins, but they're able to get it across. And then on the kill attempt, it's going to go wide by about 4 inches. So Dakota State will pick up right where they left off, getting the first point of game 4. And that's a nice wind up by Sierra Athens, but the Trojans are able to handle it. Sydney Shell with her kill attempt. Comes right back, and Sierra Athens really nailed that one. Trojans were able to get a hand on it, but couldn't control it, and it ends up going out of bounds. So score tied, 1-1, game 4. Sierra Athens will be serving for the Bruins. There's Hannavy. Her kill attempt. There's a quick middle hit, blocked at the net by Sydney and Hannah. Sydney Shell and Hannavy again, getting a block at the net. Sydney will now serve for the Trojans, leading 2-1 in game 4. And there is a block at the net of the hit by E. Fountain, but Trojans are not able to handle it successfully, and point goes to the Bruins. Your server now for the Bruins would be Maya Morales. As these two teams start like they've done the other 3 ball games, back and forth early. There is a kill, and that is quickly in the hole. Maddie is always a great kill artist, but she has really been coming on stronger and stronger as this match has went on. Jenna Frank will be serving for Dakota State, with the Trojans leading 3-2. And that's going to end up at the front end of the net, but Riley Grand Prix is not successful at getting it down, and the point will go to the Bruins. You could just see the look on Riley's face. She thought she was going to put that one down and put it down quickly. But Bellevue was able to get a hand on it, block it at the net. There is a hit. Nice dig by the Bruins. And in return, they come back. The kill is going to go to E. Fountain. Ball went out of bounds by about 3 inches, but the official said that it was touched by Dakota State on the block attempt. So Bellevue takes its first lead in game 4 here at 4-3. And Riley Grand Prix with a kill. Nice dig in the back row. And that point is going to go to Dakota State. Brooklyn Grage gets the point on that kill. Brooklyn had the attempt there, hit the net on the block, kind of rolled to the left, and finally ended up going in favor of the Trojans. So Trojans tied up at 4. And there's another block. Maddie pulls in, Riley Grand Prix there. Trojans up by 1, 5-4. Nicole Seringer on the service now. Quick serve in the hole, and it's going to be a point for Bellevue. Thought for a second maybe Dakota State got their hand underneath the ball, but the official said no, touch the floor. Service for E. Fountain. We'll set it by Nicole. There's this kill attempt by Maddie. Bellevue is going to put it in the hole there. Nice little push over by E. Fountain. And Eve is back for service here with the Bruins leading 6-5. Hit by Sydney is going to be handled by the Bruins. We're going to have a kill attempt. Nice block at the net. And there's Maddie's kill, but it's not going to clear the net. So point is going to go to Bellevue. Just didn't quite have enough height and ended up hitting the net by about 2 inches and prevented it from going over. So E. Fountain on the service there. And Trojans are going to mishandle that pass. And the Bruins are going to open up a 3-point lead here in game 4. Game was tied at 5, but the Bruins have run off 3 in a row here now to take a 3-point lead. There's the set. Bruins are successful with that. Block, but it's going to go long. Sydney Shell was able to get a forearm on it, but couldn't control it and ended up going deep. And that's going to bring a timeout from Coach Veenhoff to talk to her squad as they trail 9-5 in this game 4. I don't think any surprise in what we're seeing tonight. These two squads expected a great matchup, and it has been so far. Want to do a quick recap here of our esports programs. They've been very busy for the last couple of weeks. Our League of Legends team is 2-1 in conference play. Their only loss being to South Dakota State in the opener back on September 20th. But since that time, they've picked up wins against the University of North Dakota and the University of Nebraska. Our other conference team is the Valorant squad, and they are also, they are 3-1 in conference play, 5-2 overall, picking up wins against UND and University of, South Dakota School of Mines and Tech and University of North Dakota in conference play. Their lone loss is to the University of Iowa in a 2-1 matchup back on September 26th. All right, we're back in play here. Riley Grand Prix is going to be able to reach back and save that one. There's a block at the net. Bellevue tries to push it into the hole. There's Madeline Groff, but a block at the net on that. And little misjudgment there, I believe. And Bruins are going to pick up that point. Kind of an odd play. All right, E. Fountain again on the service here. And there's the windup. Successful dig in the back row. There's Maddie Polzin. Her service there, her hit is going to be handled. And that hit by Jackie Apple is going to be a point for the Bruins. So the Bruins are going to open up a 6-point lead here in Game 4, in which they trail one game to 2 in this match tonight. Nice service by Jackie. Dig in the back row by Peyton Groff. Kill attempt by Maddie Polzin is handled. There's a setup by Nicole. Little touch, the pass there. And that second row hit or second line hit by Eve Fountain is going to be successful. So Eve is getting some kills all over the floor tonight, not just in the outside hitter position, but some second line attacks as well. That is the 11th kill for Eve tonight. Trojans are trailing by 7 now. They need to get a run going here and get themselves back into this ball game. There's a block at the net by Maddie Polzin, so maybe that will help turn some momentum back towards DSU. Two teams were tied at 5-5, but since that time, Bellevue has outscored Dakota State 7-1 and opened up a 6-point lead at 12-6. Maddie for the service. There's a touch, handled by Dakota State. Sydney Schell with her kill attempt. Nice dig in the back row. There's a block at the net, keeps it alive for Dakota State. Madeline is blocked at the net, and point goes to the Bruins. Nice setup. Madeline was in great shape, but unfortunately, 2 Bruins are waiting for her at the net. All right, serving now will be Taylor Kiefer for the Bruins, and that's going to go long. Trojans almost put a hand on that, and at the last second pulled away and made the great judgment, made an excellent judgment call. So Peyton Groff will see if she can get a run started for the Trojans here. And that one is going to go out of bounds, so missed opportunity there for Haley Fleischman. Peyton with her second service. Little touch there. Trojans handle it. Sydney Schell is going to turn around and do the same thing. Bruins are going to handle that. And Trojans got a hand underneath that. I thought maybe it hit the floor. So nice job. There's a block at the net. Bruins are going to end up getting the point off of that one. Well, there was some exciting action on that one. A couple of times when I thought one squad or the other was going to pick up a point. But some really great defensive plays by both squads. So the point goes to the Bruins. They have a 6-point lead at 14-8, and Sydney Sledge will be serving for them. Kill attempt by Hannah Veed is handled. And there is a kill by Sienna Black. A middle hitter position. Bruins open up their biggest lead of the ball game. 7-point advantage at 15-8. And service error for Sydney Sledge. Gives the Trojans another attempt here. Trailing 9-15. Madeline Groff will serve for the Trojans. Nice block at the net. Kept alive. Quick hit there by the Bruins. Same thing for the Trojans. Both of them are trying to find holes in the defense. And the block attempt by Hannah Veet ends up getting a point for the Trojans. So we have a second service here from Madeline. Quick hit. Sydney Shell. Sydney's going to put it down, make it unhandleable there, and pick up a point for the Trojans. So Trojans were down 7 at one point here, close to within 4. Madeline with the third service in this run. Trojans are going to get a nice opportunity. Sydney is going to find the hole. Nice little push into the open spot. And that's going to prompt a timeout from Bellevue to talk it over and see if they can get this run stopped by Dakota State. Down 7. Trojans have closed it within 3. Still trailing, though, in Game 4, 15-12. All right, we have talked about all of our sports so far and their upcoming schedule with the exception of the women's basketball team. Ladies are returning off of a very successful season last year that resulted in a conference championship and a conference tournament championship and advanced to the Elite 8 round of the NAIA National Women's Basketball Championships. They will open on October 22nd with a road game at Briarcliff University. 5:30 tip-off time for that ball game. And then the Trojans will open up their home season at at the Fieldhouse here on October 26th with a matchup with Mount Marty, non-conference matchup at 7 o'clock. Then the ladies will take to the road with a few classics to test their skills against some of the top teams in the country. On October 29th, they will be playing in the Holiday Inn Express Tip-Off Classic in Dubuque, Iowa, and they'll take on number 8 ranked Clark University. On November 6th, they will be matched up in the Kettle Classic at Seward, Nebraska against number 17 Concordia University. So Trojans out to test themselves early and see where they're at with their season. Sydney Shell with the kill attempt is going to go wide to the left by about 8 inches. So service goes back to the Bruins with a 4-point lead at 16-12. And there's a kill attempt from Sydney, and there's no doubt about that one. Sydney with the service here. That was Sydney's 11th kill of the evening. Going to have a kill attempt by Sienna Black that finds the hole on the Trojan defense there. And point goes back to the Bruins. Two teams have battled back and forth for the last 3 or 4 points now after Bruins opened up the 7-point lead. Maya Morales on the service here. Got a dig in the back row, and there is a kill attempt by Hannah Veet that is blocked, but it goes out of bounds, and the point goes to the Trojans. Jenna Frank here, service here. See if we can get this gap closed up a little bit more. 3 points now, trailing 14-17 to the Bruins. There's going to be a nice kill attempt, and no doubt about that one from E. Fountain. Kind of saw how that one was going to turn out. She got a great set, great timing on it, and put it down hard. Olivia Gallus with the service there, and there is Maddie Polson. First attempt is handled. Bruins are going to come back. Trojans keep it alive. Nope, the officials say it did hit the floor, so point is going to go to the Bruins. Thought that we were able to get our hand underneath that one, but the officials say no. Olivia Gallus with her second service. Sydney Shell taking it in the back row. Riley Grand Prix blocked at the net. Quick hit by Madeline. And that kill attempt by E. Fountain is going to find the gap there on the back row. And that is going to bring Coach Amy Wienhoff off the bench saying, let's talk for a second. Bellevue opens up a 6-point lead at 20-14. Game 4. Tonight's North Star contest. I want to congratulate Caleb Nielsen, the kicker for Dakota State. Outstanding kicker in both punting and field goal kicking. Caleb was named the North Star Special Teams Player of the Week last week. Caleb had 7 punts, averaging 43.3 yards, and is a huge part of the defensive play for the Trojans. All right, we are back to action here with volleyball, and it is Maddie Polzing putting that one down. Maddie was in the middle position on that one when she put it away. That's Maddie's 12th kill of the evening. Nicole Seringer on the service here. And we've mentioned this name a few times tonight, Eve Fountain. Eve goes cross court there and keeps it in bounds and gets the service point for for the Bellevue Bruins. Eve now on service. Going to be handled. Sydney Shell, though, is not going to be able to get it over. And the Bruins have taken a 7-point lead here in Game 4. Just 3 points away from picking up the win. Riley Grand Prix, she is blocked at the net. Going to come back. Maddie Polson's going to push it across. And E. Fountain from the back row. Doesn't seem to be a place on the court that Eve cannot kill from. And she seems a little excited right now, a little fired up in this ball game. All right, set up by Nicole. Riley Grand Prix. Dig is made by the Bruins there, keeps it alive. There's Maddie Polzin. Partial block at the net, keeps it alive. Got a push attempt there by Sierra Athen, doesn't clear the net. So Trojans have some work to do here. They're climbing uphill, down 7 points at 16-23. Service for Maddie Polzin. And that one hits the net. Bounces out of bounds. So point is going to go to Dakota State. Trojans need a run here to keep this Game 4 alive for them. Their biggest deficit was just a moment ago by 7 points. We've got a service error by Maddie, so this is at game point for the Bruins, 24-17. Taylor Kiefer will serve this one for the Bruins and see if she can wrap up Game 4 and even this out at 2 games each. Set. Riley Grand Prix handled in the back row by the Bruins. We've got a kill attempt by Sierra Athen, not successful. Wow, Sydney put that one down, but it was dug well by the Bruins, and then they end up picking up the game point. So we are tied after 4 ball games, 2-2, heading into the decisive 5th game. Trojans had narrowed that kill rate down a little bit and gotten it within 3, and the Bruins went back on the attack last ball game and opened it up, now leading 51-40, so open it up to 11 kill advantage over the Trojans in this game. Trojans had a lot of success in games 2 and 3 blocking at the net, but E. Fountain got on a roll there in the latter part of that ball game, and she was not going to be denied with her hits. So, fans are getting their money's worth tonight at the ball game. Got a nice student crowd. Not quite as loud as we'd like them to be, considering the quality of play going on and the importance of this ball game being a conference ball game and being the start of the second half of the season. But see if they can get into it a little more and help the Trojans out in this big game 5. Want to remind everybody we've got a home football game on Saturday. 4 o'clock kickoff against Valley City State. Obviously an important game to the Valley City team as they try and stay undefeated in the conference and see if they can wrestle the conference crown away from Dickinson, who has won the last 6 consecutive years. Important game for the Trojans, and they want to move up in the standings from the 4th place spot to the 3rd place, and as they enter the second half of the season as well. So looking forward to a great performance by the Trojans in an important ball game for both teams. Our cross-country squads are not going to be running this weekend as they get ready for the Mount Marty Invitational. And then following that, they will be competing in the North Star Conference Championships. That's going to be hosted by Bellevue University in Omaha on November 5th. That is a Friday. For those of you who are going to head down to watch our men and women compete, the women's meet will begin at 10:30. I'm sorry, the men's meet will begin at 10:30. And the women will be running at 11:30. So most of the time the women run the first race of the day, followed by the men. This one will be the opposite. Men will run first at 10:30 and the women at 11:30. The men have been predicted by the coaches in the North Star Conference to be the favorite to repeat for their 4th consecutive conference championship. The women have been picked 3rd and looking to improve on that. That's where they finished last year, was a 3rd place finish. Bellevue won the women's division. I'm sorry, Viterbo won the women's division with Dickinson finishing 2nd place and Dakota State 3rd a year ago. So, folks, we've got some students doing a little dancing to the music, standing on their feet. They are ready for game 5. Let's see how this one turns out. Starting things off for Dakota State will be Madeline Groff, serving in first point of game 5. Remember, in 5-game set, game 5 will be a 15-point game instead of 25. Here's the setup. And we're going to have, I thought we were going to have a point for Brooklyn Grage, and Haley Fleischman was able to get a forearm on it, and not only did it cross the net, but it crossed the net and found a hole in the defense. So first point of game 5 goes to the Bruins. Here's the setup. Bellevue handles it in the back row. There's a block at the net. And that is not going to be handled, so point is going to go to Dakota State. Dakota State has been very strong in their blocking at the net tonight. Been a big plus to their defense. Sydney Shell for the first service for, the second service for Dakota State. Sydney's going to get the dig in the back row. And Maddie Polson, her attempt is picked up. Great block. Great block on E. Fountain, who caused a lot of problems for the Trojan in game 4. Trojans are going to pick up the second point here. And Sydney Shell is back to serve again. And there is E. Fountain. Great dig by Peyton in the back row. And that's going to be a point for Maddie Polson. Maddie was a little farther off of the net that time, but was still able to successfully find a hole in the defense. And Trojans go up 3-1 in our decisive game 5. Back to E. Fountain. And E puts the hammer down there. Really fun to watch these two teams. I tell you, E. Fountain is just a freshman out of Omaha, but she is making a name for herself in North Star play. Obviously, Maddie Polson, a senior for Dakota State, is an outstanding hitter. And these two are putting on a show along with their teammates. There's Maddie, and Maddie puts it down this time. So we've got Maddie with 2 kills and E. Fountain with 2 kills in our decisive game 5. Trojans go up 4-2. Jenna Frank will be serving for DSU. And we're back to E. Fountain. Eve puts a little touch pass there, and it's not handled by the Trojans. So Eve pulled the string on that one a little bit. Bellevue trails 4-3 with service. There's a service by Olivia Gallus, but it is a service error. It doesn't cross the net, so Trojans back up by 2, 5-3. Senior Nicole Seringer serving now for the Trojans. And there's a block at the net by the Trojans. E. Fountain is going to put the hammer down, but it's going to go wide this time. So Eve has had about 4 in a row that she's went cross-court on and scored. This one is going to go wide. And the Trojans go up 6-3. Back to Eve. Eve is blocked at the net. And that one's going to go out of bounds. So Trojans are going to go up 4, 7-3. And that's going to prompt a timeout from Bellevue. I hope you can hear, but the fans are definitely getting into this. And not only are the students standing, but we've got parents over here and fans of the Trojans standing as well. So everybody is into this ball game. It's been a great game all night long. Both squads have had outstanding performances, both individually and collectively. Been some great play at the net. Been some outstanding digs in the back row. So everything you want to watch in a volleyball game, we've seen tonight from these two squads. Looking at some dominant performances. E. Fountain, we've mentioned her name more than a few times tonight. She has 17 kills for the evening. Countering that for the Trojans is Maddie Polson with 15 and Sydney Shell with 12. And the number 2 killer for Bellevue is Sierra Athen with 12. So again, outstanding offensive performances from those two folks. And in the dig category, Peyton Groff has been outstanding in the back row with 19 digs and Sydney Shell with 13. For the Bruins, E. Fountain has been good at the back and the front of the net, so she has 20 digs for the Bruins. All right, we're back into action here. And that is not going to be handled by the Bruins. So passing error, Trojans take an 8-3 lead. Nicole Seringer with the serve. And right back to Eve Fountain. So Bruins know where to go to when they've got some problems, and Eve delivers for them. Serving will be Eve as well, so it goes from the kill to the service. Nicole with the set. There's Riley Grand Prix, and Riley's kill doesn't quite clear the net, so missed it by about 1.5 inches of being able to cross the net. And the Bruins trying to get a little run going on themselves, get themselves evened up here in game 5. There's the push by Maddie Polson, handled by the Bruins. And that is going to go out of bounds. Kill attempt by Bellevue goes out of bounds, wide on the left side. So Trojans pick up a point, 9-5. Maddie Polson is our server. That one is going to go long. Jackie Apple wound up on that one, but just didn't get it to get on top of it, and it sailed quite a ways to the left. Maddie Polson for her second service here. And that one, I thought that one didn't clear the net, but they're going to say a block by Dakota State, and it goes out of bounds, so point goes to the Bruins. Taylon Kiefer will be serving for Bellevue. Sydney Shells going to put it over. Got a dig by the Bruins there, a little touch. Going to be handled by the Trojans, and here comes Sydney Shell. There's a block at the net on that one. Eve Fountain gets it across. Who? Sienna Black is able to find the hole there. Trojans got one hand on it, then got a second hand on it, but wasn't able to get the third hit to get it over the net. So Bruins close to within 3. Trojans have spent last few services up by 5, so got a run going for the Bruins. Riley Grand Prix, and she's going to get it into just a challenge at the net. She touches it over. The block goes out of bounds. And Trojans stop that run by the Bruins, 11-7. Service now by Peyton. We've got a kill by Jackie Apple. Block at the net by Hannah V, but wasn't able to keep it on the Bruins side, so point goes to Bellevue. 11-8. Great ball game. Really exciting for all of our fans to watch. Sydney Sledge here with the service, just barely clears the net. And Hannah Veed is going to put it in the hole there. Sydney tried to get a pancake underneath it, but missed it by about a ½ an inch. Madeline Groff serving for Dakota State now. We're going to go right back to Haley Fleischman, but it's blocked at the net by Hannah Veet, and that's going to be point for the Trojans. And the Trojans are going to take a 5-point lead, 13-8 in game 5. Well, it's been quite a week for Dakota State volleyball, as we've mentioned before. They have had a 4-game stretch here in the last 8 days, and 3 of those teams have been against nationally ranked squads. Trojans started off with a Tuesday game at Dakota Wesleyan, where they took on the number 13 nationally ranked Tigers in Mitchell. Dropped the first ball game and then came back and won 3 in a row to get the first win of the 4-game run. Then turned around and hosted number 2 Viterbo on Thursday. Dakota State was able to win the first game of that match, but then dropped the next 3 in very competitive ball games. In fact, in game 3, they had a 23-21 lead, but Viterbo was able to make a run and get the win. And now they are playing number 8 Viterbo with an opportunity to get a win here in game 5 and win the match. There's Sydney Shell, and Sydney's going to put that one away. So we are at match point here at 14-8, folks. Madeline Groff serving for the win. This certainly would be an exciting win for the Trojans, not only for what it will do for their North Star Conference standings, but just in terms of confidence with their ability to play against top-ranked teams. Here's the set, and there's Sydney, and she's going to put the game away for the Trojans. So great set by Madeline Groff. Over to Sydney, the 2 Northwestern high school standouts playing together with the Trojans, and that is going to be a win for Dakota State University. 2 teams have played each other this year. Bruins picked up the win in Omaha, 3-0, but now the Trojans come back in the field house here at Madison and pick up the 3-1 win. So congratulations to Coach Amy Bienhoff and her team on an outstanding win tonight, a very exciting win, and we look forward to seeing you in the future. Come and watch these Trojans. They are great. Saturday, ball game with Dakota State, with Valley City, 4 o'clock kickoff. So thanks for joining us for tonight's ball game.